and you're at The Goods, and I got my guy, Greg. How you doing?
I'm good.
How you feeling?
I'm nervous.
Why are you nervous?
It's New York.
What? But Philly is like right down the block.
Philly's right down the block, but
Okay.
I'm home in Philly.
Okay.
This is like, I'm right outside my territory.
So you never really been to New York City?
Oh no, New York is like my
Okay.
second city. This is where I like started working. For real.
Okay, so like where you really started.
Yes, absolutely. The first show in New York was the Radio City Christmas Spectacular.
Let's talk about it. What happened?
I played like the older brother. It's like a storyline like the older brother doesn't believe in Santa Claus. The younger one does. He's trying to save Christmas. Typical Christmas story. They fly us to the North Pole. You know, he has his revelation of belief. And then we come back with a gift. Yeah. You know, simple, easy. The Rockettes come save the day.
Oh, the Rockettes. Okay.
Yep.
It's different. All right. I didn't see that one, but that's different.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your start in New York City, because for anyone that's trying to do anything, there's always a little bit of conflict when everything starts. So how did you make it through and how did you start?
Yeah. After high school, I went to a creative and performing arts high school in Philly. And then after high school, I came straight to New York, no college, just like, okay, I'm just going to have to come in here and do it. My story went like I slept on all my friends' couches and did the whole thing and just auditioned all the time. I worked at the bar in Philly and I was doing that on the weekends and then coming to New York every week for auditions. And, you know, you get your agent and like slowly over time, the people who cast in New York get to know your face. And so that's how I really started.
Okay, so it's a dedication.
Dedication, and it takes time and patience. You know, it's a lot of time and patience.
Patience is...
And to be honest, it was quicker. It was quick for me. So I really like shout out to all those actresses and actors that have like been in New York City for 10 years and been able to get like, you know, my Law and Order episode here and this and this and this. And then until they get, you know, it's like I got lucky. For real.
Okay. But I want to talk about for you, it's dedication, it's patience. And I realized manifesting is also something that you strongly believe in.
Yes.
So what is a process that you do to manifest, and like how'd you even come across like manifesting? Because a lot of people don't know.
I feel like I came across manifesting because I read this book called The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. You have to read it if you haven't. I could tell you haven't.
I have.
You have?
Yes.
Well, your face was given, okay.
I have to, you know what I'm saying, give it to the viewers.
You're right.
I'm
read the book. It's about this kid who basically goes on a, you know, extra long journey and finds out that he basically always has what he needed. And so like the idea of, even though you want something and it's not sort of like in your physical space, the idea of knowing you already have it and it's within you already and allowing the sort of momentum of the energy of knowing it, like carry you towards it. Basically, I learned from that. Like you basically just visualize what you want and you feel what you want. And like, you know, you can feel the emotion. If I like trick myself right now, it's crazy because this is like acting. If I like take myself on a delusion right now, I can make myself upset. I can make myself feel anxious. You can take yourself on the same delusion about yourself and about the things that you want, and you can feel the goodness of like actually having them with you. That emotion will start to attract the things that you want and the people that you're supposed to meet. I believe. I don't know.
I mean, clearly it's work.
It's working.
You're right here and I'm right here.
Hate
so
if you mad, but it's
something
working.
has happened.
Yes, for real.
So do you also like journal while you manifest? Like what is the process that you do?
I'm so lazy. I am so lazy.
You don't get me lazy.
I don't journal.
Nothing?
No.
You just be like, okay.
I want to start though, because just like getting more comfortable with writing and getting stuff out. Like I'm great at buying the book. I have like 9 books and it's 3 pages in all of them that are filled out. Yeah, like it's hard for me to take the same book everywhere I go or like my rituals and things are so like, it changes every day. Like some days I'm home, some days I'm not home. And you know, I'll be home for 3 days and then I'm gone for 4 months, you know? So it's like, it's hard for me to have like a book to take with me. So my notes sometimes can be like solace, you know, like if I think of a song title or if I think of, you know, something. I used to write poetry in high school. So, you know, I'll get my thoughts out in that way, but no journaling. Literally for me, it's all about thinking. Like it's all about sitting here and like visualizing. And I have ADHD, I feel like. So it's easy for me to be not paying attention. So while I'm not paying attention, I'm probably like thinking about the house I'm living in and thinking about like the goals that I have. And I literally get excited thinking about it. And that's all you have to do. if you feel negative thoughts, you can kind of like soften them, you know, like, I'm bad at this. It's like, well, maybe I had a bad day. It's a little softer than I'm just bad at this. It's terrible, right? Yeah, it's hard to go from I'm bad at this to no, I'm not, I'm amazing. But you can go from I'm bad at this to I was bad today. And then maybe tomorrow will be better. And then, you know, better is good. And then, you know what, I'm actually pretty good. You know, you can go in steps, you know, softening sort of the negative.
I like the gratitude step too.
Absolutely.
Gratitude always switches your
100%.
Yeah.
But it gotta be things you're really thankful about.
This is
you know,
true.
because it's like you can walk outside and say like, I'm thankful for today. Or like some of my friends have like affirmation cards and it'll be like, today is a beautiful day because you're alive. It's like, you don't want to hear that shit when you're having a bad day. Like,
yeah, I'm
you know
alive,
what I'm saying? But it's easy to go from, you know, today's been a bad day to like, at least I look cute. You know, like it's easier to go from that to that than to go from that to like, at least I'm breathing. It's like, I'm breathing. Like, you know, I stubbed my toe. You know,
I'm hurting.
Yeah.
That you were able to share that with us. Because some people like to, you know, gatekeep on how they make it, you know,
aware. Yeah. So. I feel like, you know, everybody's journey is so personal and we all have like a mental bandwidth. And there's only certain things that we can think about and some things are heavier and take more of our attention than others. And it's like, if you can like make one of those things you're always thinking about, the positive version of your future, like that's the first step.
It will come through.
Exactly.
Come through and show
Just
out.
put it in the bank.
So poetry, you said, has that led you to also be an artist as well? Or how'd you become an actor / musician?
So when I was growing up, I went to a performing arts training summer camp, and I went to like after school programs, all of it. So I was in band. So I've always been surrounded by like all of the arts. In school growing up, I had, of course, like art class where, you know, drawing and painting and stuff.
So you tried it all?
I did it. I did everything.
Okay.
Yeah, I did everything. And, you know, the places I went to, they always would drill into us, like, you have to be a well-rounded performer. Like, you need to dance in something. You need to be like, you know, proficient at dance. If you need to sing in something, you need to be at least proficient in, you know, your vocals and like, you know, acting, same thing. So I always kind of grew up with all three. And it led me to like musical theater. And that you're singing, you're acting, you're dancing, you know, there's 8 shows in 1 week. So you're getting all of that training and all of that sort of like idea. I didn't think of becoming my own artist until pretty recently though. Like even after I had put out my first like project, it was literally all for fun. But I didn't think like seriously about becoming like, you know what, maybe, because I feel like an artist has a story to tell.
Yeah.
Whereas a performer is just, you can sing, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like trying to figure out my story. And I'm still getting there now and figuring out all the stuff that I'm writing now is much stronger, I think, in terms of storytelling and in terms of like putting, you know, the music around my actual life and experiences. But that's pretty recent. So I'm just having fun.
Was there like a song that made you like, oh shit, like I can sing. Like I can really do this.
Never. I be to this day like, am I gonna be? I'm in New York. They gonna be like, you trash.
No, your music is so good.
Every day, thank you. But I, you know, I think about it every day. Like I feel like my favorite thing to do is learn. So I'm really like not even an artist. I'm a student. So it's like when I go to the studio, it's like, how can I become the best writer here? You know, when I'm doing a vocal performance, I'm like, how can I do the best vocal performance I can do? And you know, I look for my own strength and try to like learn better, you know, like that. I'll try to like fix it more so than I will try to like, oh, you did that. You know, sometimes when I watch the videos back at the end, I'm like, you did that. That's when I sort of am like, okay, you know what you're doing. But sort of in the process of creating and even in the process of like performing, I'm very hyper-focused on just being like present.
Your performances are very A1 and you could just see that you're always just in your own zone, and I love that. And I feel like a lot of artists are missing that in terms of really connecting with their music and the people in front of them.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
So let's talk about the new music you got.
The new music?
Yes.
Oh, hell. Well, there's new music. It's not out yet. I don't know when it'll come out, but the new music that I've been working on is so much more personal to me. I'm actually going to sing one of the songs tonight. It's called Boundaries. It's been killing everybody on tour. So I feel like, you know, as long as I stay in that sort of like vulnerable space, I'll be fine. But I want to put out a project as soon as possible.
We're ready. And
I've been so excited, like on tour, like now I know what they listening for. And now I know what I can do. So I'm really excited.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are we also going to see more acting as well? I know you're also on Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Yes.
Yes. That's been really, that was my first sort of like that's my entry point into the Star Trek universe. So like everybody knows what Star Trek is in theory.
Legendary, yes.
Legendary, giving aliens and all of that. But I didn't really know the depths of what I know now.
So were you more Star Wars?
To be honest, neither. I am a Harry Potter down.
Okay, what's the house? What's the house you in?
The thing is, I really want to be in Slytherin.
Okay.
Because that's what I want, but I'm definitely a Gryffindor.
Okay. I can't relate because I never really watched Harry Potter. But I just wanted to ask anyways. Slytherin. Do I?
I don't know. Because you got a face tat, but it's a heart. So I'm like, I don't know.
What was it supposed to be? A snake?
If it was a snake, definitely.
Could you imagine a snake on my face? That'd be crazy.
It would be hard if you got a snake on your face.
No, I don't think it's twice about stuff. I don't know.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I would never. I would never.
But the heart is like, oh, you stand for love.
I do. A little bit, just a little bit. So what else can we expect in your acting career or just anything else in general? Like any more surprises?
Next year, I'm on a show on Amazon Prime called I'm a Virgo with my homie Jarrell Jerome. Are you a Virgo? It's about a giant who lives in Oakland and he becomes my best friend. So it's going to be fire to see. I've never seen like Black fantasy before. So the director is Boots Riley. He's amazing. He did like Sorry to Bother You. And his mind is just genius and weird. And so I love projects where it's like you get the alternative image of what you're normally used to seeing. So this is going to be a good one, I think.
I'm excited. I can't wait.
Me too.
So before I let you go, I always like to leave with like positive words. Anybody that's an upcoming artist or actor, like what advice would you give to them? Keep going. Be yourself. And I feel like everybody always, I should say do yourself, because people always say be yourself. And sometimes it's like, that implies I just don't do anything. Do yourself, do you. If you go to parties all the time and that's your thing, do that. If you are not that person and you're trying to do that because that's what you think you have to do, it's not gonna work. The thing that's you, because that's going to allow you to be your most authentic and creative self. So, you know, if you're following the things that feel right to you, you can't go wrong. Unless you're just evil, and then you got some deep soul work to do. We need to light the sage. I can't tell you what to do in the damn interview. Well, thank you so much, love. I appreciate you. And we are so excited to see you perform on that stage. All right, now you just made me even more nervous. I'm sorry. This what you chose. This what life is like when you expose. It's what you get for being on them shows. I thought this was your dream.